Ladies and gentlemen, karibuni sana. Welcome to yet another episode of Beyond Numbers, a podcast by KKCO East Africa LLP. My name is Liz Nderito. I'll be your host. Karibuni sana. I am glad to have you yet again. How are you guys feeling?
Doing well.
Mm-hmm. You have been well? Good to see you.
Yeah.
We'll start with my far right. Please introduce yourself. Tell us your name. Tell us what you do at KKCU.
Yeah. My name is CPA Joshua Ashomo. Work with KKCO East Africa in the capacity of partner, audit and assurance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
because he began with CPA and our profession, they're really encouraging us to use CPA. I'll introduce myself as CPA.
Mm-hmm.
Liz Matimu,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also a partner at KKCO East Africa,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm partner responsible for advisory.
Karibu sana.
Fanti.
Yeah. I'm also a CPA,
Mm-hmm.
and CPA means Certified Public Accountant
Mm-hmm.
of Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm CPA Nimrod Rutat, currently partner,
Mm-hmm.
audit and tax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you.
Karibuni sana. I'm very, very excited to have you guys on. A lot of our conversations have been, they've been inspiring me. I've learned so much. In fact, every time we have a conversation with you guys, I keep telling myself, I need to do something, whether it is my business, like I need to share this conversation with my friends. So I hope even for our viewers, the impact will be the same for this episode and the episodes that maybe they haven't watched as it has been for me. Now, with this particular episode, I want us to talk about some of the trends in the industry. I want us to talk about the way things have changed. Have they changed? Have they remained the same? All those things and everything in between. So now, we could start with Nimrod. Would you say things have changed?
Yeah, things have changed. I've been in practice for the last close to 19 years, and I can tell you there's significant change. I remember my interview was basically to prepare a trial balance,
Oh, okay.
which is mainly summary
Mm-hmm.
of the books of accounts,
Mm-hmm.
where you have to do it manually.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have good handwriting.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You need to have a calculator
Mm-hmm.
so that you do the computations, additions correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you compare with what is currently happening,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing. There's manual work is no longer there.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is computerized. Everything is automated.
Mm-hmm.
So the traditional accountant
Mm-hmm.
of recording,
Mm-hmm.
because if you look at the traditional work of an accountant,
Mm-hmm.
it was mainly to record, summarize
Mm-hmm.
transactions,
Mm-hmm.
and I can tell you things have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd want to know maybe from Joshua, do you remember that first class? And maybe you'd start by telling me, did you always want to be an accountant?
Yeah. I think for me, the journey of wanting to become an accountant,
Mm-hmm.
it's an odd one because it began while I was in high school.
Uh-huh.
And I had this business class, and we had one of our business teachers. And so he would keep on telling us the areas that you can venture into if you are to pursue that line within the business. And so I developed a lot of interest.
Mm-hmm.
That was in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And I developed a lot of interest in accounting,
Mm-hmm.
and business,
Mm-hmm.
which then became part of my prayer points. So I would pray to God,
Mm-hmm.
I would want to be.
Yeah.
And then luckily, when I was still in high school,
Mm-hmm.
the teacher got an interview, and he joined Ernest & Young, which was a major firm then.
Uh-huh.
And so he used to come now for motivational, telling us, I was teaching here, now I'm an auditor. So I developed now the interest to know what is audit, who are auditors, And that now went all the way to when we cleared high school, the very first courses that I was choosing. Because those days we used to go and choose the courses for the university, was then to pursue a career in business. So that now finally to become an auditor. And so the journey began there. While at the college, I was also studying CPA. And I was doing them on my own.
Okay.
So we would finish class and then I start reading. Using the textbook. I would go to the we used to say read on your own. And so I read on my own. Sometimes the exam became hard towards the very end. I would go for some courses they would call blocks, where you would go to do a revision. And interestingly, I found myself passing, in those papers. And sometimes the class were populated. But then with the passion and the determination to study and to read, I ended up passing the CPAs and now becoming the accountant I am. So I'm a product of that longevity, from passion, from beginning, from almost coming up with a vision, and then now prayer-free, asking God to implement that vision and to become.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. And for you, Liz, your journey to accounting, was it did you directly just to accounting, or how was your journey? I don't know.
Okay, so I think when I was growing up, when I was, say, below 15, I wanted to be a chef. Yeah, I loved baking. I still love baking. Well, limited it. Because when I bake, I eat. So I have limited the baking. But I really wanted to be a chef. I loved cooking. I loved baking. And then I think as I was growing towards my career, I didn't have any role models. People I would look up and say, wow, I want to be that chef. It's not like nowadays, those, all those programs you see on TV about the top chef, and you hear about chefs nowadays. But in my time, there are no role model chefs. So as you grow older, I looked at that career. I said, I'll do it as a hobby, not as a career.
Yeah.
And then I went to high school, and in my high school, thankfully, they had, I loved sciences. They had this course, I loved physics, and they had this course called electricity, which you could select as an elective in Form 3, Form 4.
Oh, really?
So I did it, and I realized I'm not good. I didn't realize it also involves drawing, 3D, and I don't have that eye for 3D. So I really struggled in 3D. In my head, I wanted to be that engineer, but I really struggled to be a 3D person and draw. I really struggled, and I realized I may love physics, but this thing it's not in my passion, it's not in my career. So I told myself I'm not doing any engineering course. It's not in me. I don't enjoy it because it's about drawing, a lot of drawings and a lot of technical things. So when I finished high school, the way you select courses, I selected, my first course was to do computer engineering. So I selected it. That was, I had said, and when I reflect now, I always tell people, just do what you're passionate in, do well, because then you'll have variety of choices. Where you see yourself when you're a teenager, you're seeing yourself now you're 15, and you see yourself, you want to be this, you'll eventually get there, but it will take, the journey is not linear. So I applied computer science. Then there were not very many private universities. And my parents, the view that when you finish your high school, you go to the course you're selected. So I knew I was going up to America. My dream was to go to America to computer science. And my parents actually encouraged me. They told me to sit for things called SATs. I sat for them.
Yeah.
And they paid for me. But they told me, you know what? You can go to America if you get a scholarship. Otherwise, you'll just go to the degree you're called for.
And do the course you've been paid to do.
The course you've been called to do. They won't even take me to a private university. I think then there were like 3 or 4 private universities, not like now. And as it were, I wasn't called to do my computer science. I didn't get straight A's. I got a B+. I didn't get straight A's. So I missed out the cutoff. I passed my SATs. I was called to universities in America, but I didn't get any scholarship. So I ended up being called to Mo University, Eldoret. And I grew up in Nairobi, and I'm like, Eldoret, you know? And my parents said, go you to Eldoret and study. And I found myself in Eldoret, and I got called to do business management.
Oh, okay.
So I did it, and it was a good course. I enjoyed it. I think for me, when I compare, then I wasn't too serious about thinking about what next. I think I was so fed up of high school, and I found university so much fun. You know, freedom, no preps. I can do what I want. I'm so far from my parents. There are no prefects, and I really my education years, my most fun were in campus. And I did business management, so and I majored in marketing.
Okay.
Because then before getting called to university, I think I had mentioned earlier, my parents required us to sit for something. You're not going to stay at home for 1.5 years waiting to go to university, do something. And they allowed us to apply for any course. And I had heard about CPAs. My dad is a CPA, and I'm like, he said, no one has done CPAs, you do.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't really think. I was good in math, and I'm like, it's maths, I'm good in math. It's easy. And I think when I did my CPAs, it reminded me a lot of high school. You know, strict, you have to read. I finished high school and I've gone back. Read more than you did. And I'm supposed to be having freedom. So I think I didn't really enjoy it. So when I was in campus, I also finished my CPAs like Joshua in campus. I did it in school. I actually did it in Strathmore. And then I went to Moy, and I think I had like 3 more papers. And I said, you know what, I've begun. I don't plan to use it. But since I've begun, I'll just finish it. And I didn't study. I didn't do accounts I finished my undergraduate. I didn't do any accounting for 10 years. I went into marketing, what I had majored into. And now I'm now full circle. Those CPAs are actually helping me now, and I've transitioned to accounting, and accounting is not boring. It's actually fun. Yeah. So it depends on how you look at it. So my story is a really
360.
It's 360 and a long one. And maybe eventually I'll open my own restaurant. I'll go back to my passion.
Baking.
Baking, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? What about you, Nimrod?
I think mine was straightforward. I think in class 6, I think that's when I made a decision to be an accountant. Because I remember class 6, that's when they introduced business lessons. So the concepts of profit, loss, cross profits, cross profits, net profit, and that's when I developed that passion. And there was also a neighbor of mine who was then in high school. He was not even working, but he was doing accounting as an option in high school. So that introduction of the business studies and also my neighbor made me to decide that I think this is an area I want to pursue. So from high school, from primary school, high school, I did the accounting as part of my selection. University accounting, CPA, CASNEP accounting. So I think I made my mind way early. And if I look back, I think I don't regret. Accounting it's of course it's not easy. You deal with numbers. You deal with data, a lot of data. So you have to analyze so that it can be useful to business and the users of those transactions. Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's just interesting listening to your stories and realizing everyone's story is so different. And, you know, things, I mean, I admire the fact that, like, for Nimrod, that's something that you knew you'd wanted to do very early enough. With Joshua, it's the fact that our teachers have quite the impact on us, you know. And with Liz, I think what I'd pick is the fact that life is not linear, you know. And, most times I think people get frustrated because you think some of this, the way we say there's this running joke, I learned chemistry, where is it helping me? Yeah, Yeah, and then you realize some of these things, it's full circle moment. So I'd want to know, and maybe I'll start with Joshua. Nimrod has said, of course, things have changed. Are you of the same sentiments?
Yeah. Things have really changed. If you look at the way the profession was, and even going to class, you find the teacher, they'll come there, the lecturers who come there, they'll teach us so many things. Then they would be taught from a theory perspective. So you'll be told, this is how you deal with future value of something. Then you calculate a certain example, and then you think, this is what I'll find in the industry, where I'm looking at this. Then you go to an economic class, and you're told, there is something called the circular flow of income. You wonder, how does income, flow in a circular manner, And so you find so many things that then were administered to us in a theoretical way. But then when we come now to the practice, we find they are very different. Yeah, we then find in the coming days, and even if you look at the future, even what we are doing today is going to be very different. So we began, for example, in terms of reporting, people would just report the income and expenditure, and they would just enter and you tell you, this is how the income were. Now we are getting into another realm where we want to be deeper and to ask then, what does that now mean to us? And it is to us who are doing investment. So you say they are now stakeholders. They want to know, if I wanted to invest using this information you are giving me, what does it now speak to me?
Yeah.
If I wanted to be a leader, I wanted to lead you money, what does this information now speak to me? And so it speaks differently to various stakeholders. More importantly, when we began, we were in a different generation. A generation of those people who would then go to school, they are struggling. They now say, they tell people, and you look old when you say, I went to school and there were people without shoes, or I also have the shoes. And you wonder how and why were you not wearing?
Why didn't you buy the shoes then?
Buy the shoe. And you wonder why then were you not doing this? But then comes in another generation of accountant, and another change has come in. We are getting another generation of people who are very IT savvy. They are very technical. They are able to interpret even that system. They are able to understand that system, from a very early age. You give a very young child a phone, and within no time they have gone to an app. They are playing a game. They are not asking for anything.
Yeah.
You find things that they are doing, you are not able to tell.
Yeah.
A very young person, you go there. I remember one time we were just trying to go to a YouTube, on TV. And a young person come in and say, why are you doing this? You need to go to your phone and you connect it. And immediately it connects, and you wonder, how come I didn't know? But they know. You wonder, when do they know?
Yeah.
So we are getting a lot of changes. We are also training people who are now dealing with IT. And they want to understand now the simpler version of doing things. And then we had the harder part of doing things. And so the harder part then required us to rigorously study, rigorously, do things from inception. Like you are taking a manual, which is a ledger or a book, a booklet, and you're supposed to produce reports using that book. So you take a pen. Sometimes we used to be told you have to write with a lead pen at the header. Then you need to use a blue pen here, a black pen here. Then when you are writing, you need another pen. It becomes so hard for you to produce something. But then you come now to the current generation. We have everything actually simplified.
Yeah.
You now have systems. For example, at KKCO, we are using a system that even allows people to comply with the standards.
Oh,
So if you
okay.
wanted to audit a certain thing, the system is even telling you here, you need to check the following things for you to comply. The other time now, that information needed to domicile in your head.
Yeah.
So then we are producing people who are more knowledgeable because now knowledge was inherent to
Yeah.
them. Now come to the generation we have today, the simplification, the IT. You find the person may end up being very empty in the absence of that technology. Like if that technology was taken
away.
or there was a blackout and the systems weren't working, everybody goes blank because they're not able to tell what happens. But then you come to our generation, you remember, like as I told you, I was even doing the CPA personally. I'm taking a book, reading what is auditing, going to do an exam with those who have been in class for 6 months, and I pass. Now come to the other one, everything is there. You're basically just filling in the boxes, ticking in some things. And so then we are getting into another realm of a generation where that knowledge is ending up not being domiciled in them. It is now like it's external. It's like you have a hard disk that is outside. If the hard disk is cut off, if that person may end up not producing anything. Yeah, so we have really changed from that perspective. Yeah.
And now that the three of you are in a leadership position in your farm, I'd want to know, and maybe Liz, you could start us off. What are the things that now you're observing as you recruit? Like, what are some of these things that you have observed? Like what Joshua has said. Now, in your own farm, and even as you interact, and I'm sure you also interact with guys in the different industries who are in similar positions. What are some of the challenges you people will observe?
Okay. So I think one of the major differences is like in the hiring process. Yeah. Previously, like 10 years ago, you would hire mainly based on, you'd come in, you'd sit for an exam, a written exam, test you, and then you'd be interviewed and would hire you based on, first of all, did you pass the exam? Do you understand the technical knowledge? Is that CPAs at least a bit translated to a case study? So we'll give you case studies.
Okay.
And still give case studies during exams, during recruitment. But now what we are finding, the skill set has changed. What we require and what our clients require, and for us to be able to meet the client's needs, is you need an individual who can think outside the box. Someone who can think quickly.
Yeah.
You're not stuck to, this is how it's done. Because you'll go to organizations, the environment is very complex and it's changing.
Yeah.
Now everything is changing so fast. So you need someone who is just naturally can research on their own, think on their own. And then you need a good communicator. Accountants generally are known to be not very good communicators if you compare them with marketers,
Yeah.
But that has changed for you to be able to engage clients and provide advisory.
Yeah.
You may know the knowledge, the technical, you may be very technical, but if you do not know how to communicate that knowledge and analyze and give feedback to clients, then you're not useful because then the client is not able to interpret your mind.
Yeah.
They want to hear you speak. So what we are finding now is for hiring, one of the critical skills, the basic is the technical, but critical skills for hiring now is, are you a good communicator?
Okay.
And are you able to communicate verbally? Are you able to communicate written? Is your English good? Are you going to talk? Surprising. I've been to interviews of young people where in the interview, because we also recruit for external clients, and this is a CPA, a degree holder, and during the interview, they start talking shed.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh my goodness, I definitely can't hire you because are you going to talk to the finance manager shed? It's a no. Yeah, maybe it's because of their upbringing, and I'm really glad from a education perspective that the system has changed from 844, which was more about regurgitating the knowledge, not about thinking, to more now a thinking, because we find you hire someone who's so clever, but is not able to, is clever because of crabbing, but not clever because of thinking. So you have a straight A because you've been trained how to answer the questions, but you don't know how to think. So I ask you a general question, you're blank, you're looking at me, you can't think quickly. So we are finding that skill has changed. We are looking for communicators, very good communicators in the accounting industry, which was not the norm previously, and then 2 people who can think quickly. So at KKCO, one of the critical skills we look at when we're hiring for talent. So we don't just hire, and even for our clients, we don't just hire because of your technical. Technical is the base. We hire and ask ourselves, in the next 3 years, are you able to be a team leader? And if you're not able to be a team leader, by the way you communicate, we prefer not to hire. Because we do not, we prefer to hire. It's better. You define the culture. It's usually better to hire internally, to grow your team internally. So if that's your strategy, and that's our strategy as a firm, we have to hire looking at potential. So we look at potential, and then we hire you doing it. The next 3 years, if we give you the right grounding, then you would be a very good team leader. 3-4 years, the next 5 years, you can even be a very good manager. So I think for me, that's what's changed: the communication aspect and the ability to think quickly above your feet.
That's very important. It's important that we're having this conversation, because anyway, even to all our young viewers and people, Joshua has just said your teacher impacted you in such a way that you end up being that CPA auditor, So these conversations are good, because anyway, that accountant who's watching us, who's just begun the accounting journey, they're also able to know that besides me being very, very good technically, it's important for me to now begin having these other skills. Am I able to communicate? Because also I remember in one of our conversations, us talking, and we said that it's not just about what these numbers I have, like what do these numbers mean to me? And you have to communicate even to the client. And Nimrod, I'd want to know, that said, with the way things have changed, and now you have a need to have these skills, and it also keeps changing. I'm imagining even in tax, a lot of the things are keeping on changing, whether it's our tax laws. You've gone digital. There are all these apps that are coming up. What are you doing, and what do you even advise other people? But we could start by KKCO. What do you do to keep up and ensure that you still have the best talent?
Yeah. The world is moving so fast. And I think we've given you the background of where we came from.
Yes.
In terms of the accountancy profession. So as a firm, what we've planned to do and what we are doing is to ensure that we are up to date with all these changes. And training is one of the solutions, which we've really taken seriously to ensure that the team, the talent which we are recruiting, either fresh from the universities or from other firms, we are able to transition and train them to be the modern CPAs. And I think what just Liz said on communication and also the interpretation of the numbers is what we train our team to ensure that when they're doing the work, whether preparing reports, they're able to communicate to the business owners, to the individuals who run those business, so that they can understand and interpret those numbers to be useful in making business decisions. And the systems are there. We've also embraced the changes in the accounting systems. We are now transitioning to the cloud technology, where you can work from anywhere as an accountant. You can be here at home or anywhere, and you're able to deliver your assignments through technology. And I think that's a new thing which is going to shape the accountancy profession in the coming years. Yeah.
I know as a business, one of the things that's very, very important to you, even with your CSR, is the fact that you are able to really ensure that you train, you take part in that bit, whether it's building the young accountants that are coming after. You are also able to like hire the guys who perform very well in CASNEB and all these things. So I know maybe people may be wondering, why are they having this conversation? But it's really because I know as a business, you feel like it's important that you're also able to contribute to the other generation of auditors and accountants, really. And now I'd want to know, and maybe Joshua, you would walk us through these. What's one particular skill? I know Liz talked about that bit of communicating. What one particular skill do you think an accountant should have?
Yeah. Beside the technical, where now somebody is able to understand the double entry. That when do I credit? When do I debit? This is usually the language of the accountant. Beside that, and knowing what is a trial balance or what is a ledger and what is a profit and loss account, what is a balance sheet. Beside that, we now say if you look on or even a scale of even 10, we won't measure you beyond 5 on technical. We want you to share the other 5 on what we call interpersonal skills. So you need to have the people skill. You need to be a person for you to be able to get into a space, work with others, work with companies, work with directors, manage yourself, manage your team, manage upwards, your seniors. You need to be that all-out person who is able to be sent somewhere and I'll get work done. I won't get complaints that this person is quiet, is not talking, is has a negative attitude, because that skill, actually it scores very highly even in career progression. Because we do hire, and we see this in the market. We find a very sharp person who is an A student, but when they come, that they are not able to communicate, they are not able to read it. So, and you cannot be there. It's like the way we have been told within the younger generation, that you have these people who are now so accustomed to their parents. And so one day someone was asking, will the parent now also be admitted in a university? When will this person be alone? So we want you now to be there as a professional who can go to a client, engage the finance, engage those charged with governance, tell them what an audit is, what you are coming there to do, why, the why part. Why do we do this? Why do we, for example, ask for a bank to be reconciled? Let them know, so that as they know, again, it eases up your work. So it's a very critical skill, the interpersonal skills, the people skill, ability to communicate, ability to relate with others. We call it at arm's length. So you're able to deal with everyone, and people are able to blend. We say blend, you gel with others. So in as much as one is able to retain independence, you need to be relational. You need to be approachable. You need to be a people person. Someone can come in and ask for wisdom. They call you and ask you, oh, we got this and this situation. How do we deal with this? Or we wanted to reverse a check. What is reversal? And you immediately give them advice. But when you're approachable, you are not relatable, you are aloof, you are far, then that skill will alienate you from progression. So you'll be seeing a very technical person who understands an IFRS, for example, which is a financial reporting standard. They understand they are technical. But when it comes to the other side, they are not able now to move from there. Because the world has moved to relations. You need to relate. As you deal with taxes, people need you need to relate. You work with people, So I think that would be one of the critical skills that then would be needed. Yeah.
And Liz, maybe you could walk us through briefly, as a firm, what do you feel is something that, a skill that means a lot to you, or something that, what do you feel actually sets you apart from other guys, industry players?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the skills we train all our staff is, I think the one for research is it's a skill. Research is a skill.
Yeah.
Ability to understand where the client is coming from. So if you get a client who's in what space, is in the media, yeah, and you're called to carry out either accounting, audit, or HR services, the first thing our staff need to understand is understand that industry. So you're technical, you have your technical skills, but do you understand the media industry? You understand. So that's one of the key things we say, go and understand the client. Understand the client and understand the industry. Do you understand who are the movers in the media industry? Who matters? Who doesn't matter? This specific client, who are their competitors? Where are their competitors? You know? Why is this client? What is the competitive edge of this existing client? Yeah. Where are their weaknesses? What market share do they have? That research is critical, because then when they get to the client, they are wholesome. They understand not just the client, but they understand the industry. And for us, that's a really critical skill in offering the services to the client. Because if you understand the client, you understand their industry, you understand their pain points, then it becomes very easy to offer advisory, which is our work, offering guidance, help, offering solutions. It becomes very, very, very easy to provide that solution. So what is ability to research? Read the papers, read, I mean, may not be physical papers, read the cloud papers, find out what's happening, to find out from industry experts what's happening in that industry. So so all our staff members, first of all, must be very educated. You need to understand what's happening in your environment and what's around you. The other critical thing that we provide to our staff that really makes a difference is I think what he said, interpersonal continuous training. And attitude. And many times, attitude cannot be taught. I can't touch it, yeah, but I can see it, yeah. So our values are so important. So when we're hiring and when the staff are in the office during our inductions or during our regular trainings, we have to make sure that we are talking and living, especially as partners, the values of our farm. We care front. What does that mean? It's not just a value that is in our walls, it's a value that we live. So if it's care front, that means I genuinely care about you. I genuinely care about you, my associate, you, my boss, you, my team member who reports to me as a team leader, and you, my client, and all the staff in the client's premises, I genuinely care. And what does it mean to genuinely care?
Yeah.
In the morning when you come to work, do you ask me how I'm doing? It's basics. And when I go to the client, do I just start work, or do I chapa? Do I talk some stories with the with the client? Just enter their world, get to know what moves them, what ticks them.
Yeah.
So those values, our values are very. So this caregiving, there's teamwork. I mean, teamwork for us, it's a big value. Where do you work on your own? Do you work as a team? If someone is frustrating you, do you then say, I'll do the work myself? Or a partner has given you feedback, review notes. We call them review notes. That's feedback on what needs to be changed before you provide for me your reports, Will you take that feedback negatively, or will you look at that feedback as, it's a way for me to improve myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, next time when the partner gives me feedback or my manager gives me feedback, it'll be less feedback, because I'll have worked on myself, I'll have improved on.
Yeah.
What's your attitude towards teamwork? Yeah. Another key, so it's teamwork integrity. We are, 0%, we are 100% people of integrity. To the point where if a client, we will help you maneuver care, we will help you maneuver compliance, we will help you plan yourself, we will make sure your losses are very minimal. Yeah, but we will not compromise on integrity. If you're a client who wants us to cheat, to take corners, to cover up, we prefer to disengage. Yeah, and we deal that with our clients. We deal that also with our staff internally. You'd rather tell me, you know what, I'm running late 30 minutes, but that you switching off your phone and I'm worried where you are. You know, so for us, integrity, I mean, plays a big role, and those values within the farm, they drive they drive the behavior and the attitude. And if we find that you're not able to comply, especially with the behaviors, we prefer to exit you from the organization. So we have a very rigorous performance management system, and where you're not living as per our values, we can actually take you through disciplinary because you didn't live as per our values. So for us, our values, positive attitude, feedback is key. It's good to get feedback, both positive and difficult feedback, you know, feedback we call it developmental feedback. So for us, our values are key. What sets us apart is really key. How I give feedback to my staff. I allow my staff to give me feedback. If you call all my direct reports, I'll tell you where I've been. I mean, sometimes as a partner, you can be, there's so much pressure from so many things. So when a staff is giving you substandard work, you can really be quite upset, and you can really give them hard feedback. Yeah, and maybe the how in which you gave them may not have been, you know, they have not been very nice, and we allow the staff to come back after I've cooled down to come and say, you know, that feedback. I agree, but the way you told me made me really feel I felt devalued, or I felt I didn't feel important. And you can give me that feedback, and I'll be able to listen. I won't say, who do you think you are? You know, telling me that I'm your employer, I pay your salaries. You know, I would say, I'll just say, you know what, thanks for the feedback. You know, I will be more conscious of my behavior next time, and I won't be defensive. I'll take the feedback and, you know, just think about, you know, how can I better myself? So for us, that whole values and how we interact with each other and positivity, we say hire. I tell even clients, hire slowly. Don't be in a hurry to hire. But if you don't have the right staff and you've done everything you need to do, fire quickly. Yeah, so it's hire slowly, fire quickly. Yeah, especially if you know that staff is not the right staff, and especially from a behavior point of view, attitude and behavior, not even technical. I will train you. You can learn. There's so many. There's YouTube. There's so many things you can learn. You can learn. But behavior, if you don't have the right behavior, I can't. It's difficult to start molding and training you. Just say, let's fire quickly. Yeah. So that's, for me, that's one of the critical things that has helped us as a firm, our values. Yeah.
When we are living these values, because we say we live the values, we keep telling our people, and again, as we live the values, it means like we practice. Someone said that if you want to show your children what they need to do, just practice. If you want integrity, you live that integrity, copy. So that they emulate that integrity. And so in terms of those honesty, that integrity, confidentiality, independence, you know, those are now the real hallmark principles that also defines a professional. You know, are you independent? Are you objective? Do you have honesty? Unfortunately, those are things that you can't be trained. And so then we have to keep evaluating people. You measure within those parameters. We have minimal cases sometimes where you would find an incidence of someone who behaves like that. But then again, in the spirit of care fronting, we will still come to you. We try to tell you how to change, you know, to change this. Because again, we want to care front to you first before now you reach that level where we say, fine, this is it. Yeah, so those are some of the values that really defines, again, a professional. But then again, if you look at the old accountant, those were now the values that were there. And so they were inculcated in the behavior system of someone who would say is a professional. But as you come now towards the near, you know, the very modern people, you find the values eroding away. You know, somebody can quickly change something, can quickly change, as Riz is saying, a balance sheet can quickly change this item to mean this way. And so we tell them, do the right thing. And doing the right thing, we say truth is doing what is, or saying what is, that is. And what is not, that is not. And within that principle, you would never go wrong. You never go wrong because you know what is the right thing. And the right thing is always inherent inside you. You know what is right. Yeah, so you don't need to be told. In fact, we also have, we also share, because we share the word of God also with our people. And we encourage them to really live with the principles, the right thing.
Yeah.
What is right. Yeah, because doing what is right will always make you a better professional and be trusted with more and a lot, yeah, within that space. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's very impressive. And of course, now I also understand the fact that you have, there's a conversation we've had, and maybe we'll ping that episode where you talk about the different services, and one of your services being like outsourced services. I'm imagining there are people who will get outsourced accountants where I'll hire the accountant from you guys and they have to work in my space. And you obviously do want the people your staff who are going out to really be an example and represent the brand. So I can see why it is truly important for you to have these skills. And now to wrap up, maybe Nimrod, I'd want to ask you, as the person in charge of the team and the head partner, really, as partners, do you also think it's key to keeping trained?
Yes, we training, we normally say it's a lifelong. We continuously ensure that even at partners level, we meet our internal and also the external training requirements. So internally, we have a training policy for both staff and also the partners, where we are required to train for a specific number of hours. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, I think it's 25 CPD hours. Then you now have the external training requirements by our licensing authority, which is ISPAC, where we're supposed to cover 40 CPD hours. And that's basically 40 CPD hours is like training for, I think it could be, because one day, one training day could be close to 5 hours. So that could be 8 continuous, it could be 8 days.
8 days.
8 days, yeah. And we have that program every year. At the beginning of every year, we have a whole week where we train all our teams, partners included. We update our staff on the current issues, current trends, areas to ensure that we comply. Then once in a while, especially when you come across areas of difficulties where we are seeing there's non-compliance, we can arrange for a tailor-made training for the team. And also in terms of especially on the changes, especially on taxes.
Yeah.
Which is almost happening every now and then.
Yes, that's true.
We conduct trainings internally, or even we can send part of our team to external trainings, so that we ensure that we have the capacity to give proper advisory to our clients. And in our firm, what we normally say is, we don't want to see someone or saying, I don't know. We don't have that vocabulary in our firm. That I did this because I don't know. Because the wealth of experience which we have within the firm does not allow you to say, I don't know. We are always available. You can console, our teams can console anyone. Partners can be called at any given time by staff. I'm facing this challenge. How can I handle this loss, or these accounts are not balancing? You can directly call anyone, including the partners, and they'll be able to assist in any difficulty which you come across.
Can we also begin what's it called? Book
the
club.
leadership, the leadership series.
Leadership series where we have every other week with all the team leaders, and it's interesting. We introduced it this year, and it's actually quite fun because we buy a book and we all share it. And we discuss a topic, and it's nice because you now learn also from readers, and it's mainly for teach.
Oh, that's awesome. Does it have to be like an accounting book?
No, it's not a
So it would
it's a leadership book.
we should
Nothing technical.
That's nice.
Leadership,
we should open up to other guys and we could join. That sounds awesome. I've really enjoyed our conversation. And to wrap it up briefly, what would you tell your younger self? Let's start with Joshua. Knowing what you know now.
Yeah.
What would you tell your younger self?
Yeah. I think I would say a lot is changing, and we need to really embrace the change. As again, within our conversation, even what we are discussing today about the reporting, there is even now more things that are changing. So we have to keep abreast. In the future, reporting will be required to report on matters that are called ECG. This is where people will be requiring to say, what happens now to your social environment? Even looking at your gender, how many people did you employ? How many were ladies? How many were men? What was their demographic? You'll be required now to speak to those beyond the numbers.
Yeah.
We'll also be required to say even what happened to our environment, contribution that we are doing. So we have to be abreast of that. We're asking now what is carbon sink. We have now eco levy, asking what is happening to our environment. And organizations now have started working in and saying, what is our contributions? What emissions did we have? Which gadgets were we using? What happened to our environment? What's happening to our governance space? How do we get abreast to this? So I'll still speak to that younger self and again say a lot has changed. I have to keep, embracing the change and looking at the future positively, knowing that again, the future is bright. Even as a country, we know we have a very bright future. There could be so many changes that are happening, but we also know that with all those changes, our way will be made. A way out will always come. And so then to speak to the future, to speak to the hope that we have, that yes, there is hope even for our accountant. We need to embrace change. And again, even looking at the very, very neat things that are happening in our space today. The global market changing. We are now having COPs. We had a COP in Dubai, just speaking about what is happening to our environment, which is what will inform the future reporting. Every organization now have to be aligned and aligned to those facts. Sure.
Awesome. What about you, Liz? What did you say to younger Liz?
Tell my younger self that, life is not linear. Life has have your end in mind. And it may not always take the direction you think it'll take. So be open-minded. Work hard. When you work hard, you have options. When you don't work hard, you have limited options. But when you work hard, you have so many options. The world is the world has changed. There's so many things you can do. In my time, there are many things, but now I have teenage sons. And when I look at their opportunity, I'm like, wow, they have. The world is there. I mean, the world is, they choose, it's no longer about working, even in Kenya. You can work globally, you can work. The world has changed, and embrace the change. Work hard. Work hard in what you're doing. I would also tell my younger self, still have fun.
Still have fun.
Still have fun. This life is, you're here for short. You're not here. We are all living this world. As you're doing what you're doing, have fun. Of course, the right fun. Enjoy. Find things to enjoy. Enjoy this life. Be thankful. I'll tell myself, be more thankful. Focus on the things. at as young as 10, as young as 15, as young as 20, be thankful. Because when you have, I think, a thankful heart, you see life more positive. If you have a negative heart, you'll be upset with everything. My parents didn't do this for me. The car in front of me, the tattoo driver, be thankful. And I always say at the end of every day, if you can just write even, I wish I did that when I was younger, right? One thing you're grateful for before you sleep. I'll tell myself, be thankful. Just be thankful. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Nimrod?
Yeah, I feel this for my younger self and maybe for the upcoming accountants is in terms of, especially on the technical skills, I think it's good to have training even in other skills. So that if you aspire to be an accountant, train also in other fields like tax or even IT. And I think those combination will really help you grow and develop the accountancy profession. Because currently, even our firm, when we are hiring, we are looking for people with multiple skill set, technical skill sets. So that you can, if you handling finance, you have a wide view in terms of providing solutions. So my younger self is if I could go back, I think IT is one of good field which I could combine with the accounting.
Yeah.
And I believe it will add value to the society. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. It has been such an amazing conversation, and I'm sure a lot of people will find value. And I don't think it's just a conversation to just an accountant. It's really a conversation to whatever field you're in. I'm sure there are a couple of things that you'd find value from this conversation. Thank you so much for just creating your time to even just give back and, share your stories with us and just be very authentic and vulnerable to just really share all the things that you have observed in the field that you're in your workplace, your stories. It has been amazing. To our viewers, please ask us the questions. Let us know what kind of content you want to see and to really hear from us, because it matters that we're able to create content that has value to you. So ask us the questions, share these conversations with your friends. Let us all grow together as a community. It matters to us. So till next time, please keep it Beyond Numbers by KKCO podcast, KKCO LLP. So take care.